Hey yo, peace. Juice the Metaphysical. I'm back at the building with some more content for y'all. And let me add some value to y'all space, all right? Y'all know how I rock, y'all know how I do. I like to bring the best version out of people. I like people to see things in life from a different lens, right? And the way you view life, the way when we go through this journey we call life, and when we experience everything, you want to gain the lessons from it that allows you to reach the greatest potential within yourself. You want to allow these situations or these situationships, relationships that we go through to allow you to learn what it is from that relationship and add the components from it and add it to your self development. All right, so y'all know how I rock. I'm about to give y'all some content. It's been a minute. Hey, I came across this video, right? I came across this video. This video was uploaded 6 years ago. It's called Why Your Relationship Didn't Work. That's the name of the video, Why Your Relationship Didn't Work. The content creator is my man Dolo, the pilot man, all right? Ooh, excuse me. It came out 6 years ago. It got 31K views, which is a lot. 31,000 is a lot. I already listened to this video, y'all. He's about to break down the metaphysics of why your relationship didn't work. All right. He's about to give a whole different perspective of why you and your ex didn't work. Maybe your ex-husband or your past marriage didn't work. He's about to give a whole different perspective of why it didn't work. Now, if you was to ask me, one of the main reasons why two people's relationship didn't work is because y'all outgrew one another, right? So what happens is when two people outgrow each other, they're not in alignment anymore as far as when it comes to their soul. Their soul's energy is not in the same frequency level. So what happens is when y'all both are not in alignment, the things that matter to each other, it does that used to matter to each other doesn't matter anymore, right? So when you're not in sync with your partner, you tend to not recognize their wants, their needs, their desires, their likes, everything that moves them, everything that drives them. You tend to be blind to all of that. Once again, you're not in alignment. When you first meet someone, the connection is strong, right? However, because of certain circumstances and life be life, and y'all know how life is, we go through certain situations within that relationship, and maybe one person outgrew the other, and that same energy was not there that y'all first had when y'all first met. All right, I tell y'all all the time, the highest form of connection is the emotional connection, where both of y'all's energies are in alignment with one another. That's the highest way of communicating, because you already know what your partner want and need without them have to utterly them have to utter a word to you. You already know. So you're already knowing how they're thinking and feeling because y'all are in sync with one another. This is what you call oneness, where both souls are on the same wavelength. So y'all merge into oneness. All right. And a lot of y'all in a relationship and that person ain't fulfilling none of your desires, wants, and needs. They're not helping you with your dreams. They're not helping you with your goals. One of y'all are stagnant each other's life, and the relationship becomes stale. Let's be 100. It becomes stale. All right. So my man Dolo, the pilot man, he about to drop some jewels, and y'all know I'm about to be on my commentating ish and comment when I, you know what I'm saying, when it's fit for me too. All right. So this video is like 25 minutes long. All right. So y'all, so listen, if you drink, pour you up a drink. I don't care if it's some milk. You might want, well, you know what I'm saying, drink some orange juice, Kool-Aid. If you got some wine, I got my little tequila over here. You feel me? If you smoke, roll you up one. If you don't engage in no alcohol and drugs, shit, make you a salad, make you a dinner, a meal, make something, get a bowl of cereal. I don't care. Listen, just you might want to consume something while I occupy your time, all right? And I appreciate everybody for rocking with me who watching this video. So let's get into it. The metaphysics of why your relationship didn't work.
Flight boss, bitch, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of that Terry Smooth. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And we're gonna talk about why your relationship didn't work. Yeah, because there's a lot of reasons why people relationships don't work. But since our spirits be so lost into these light bodies, into this light realm of reality, third dimensional density, then we give these the meanings and reasonings of why our relationship didn't work. And what do I mean by realms of realities? Realms of realities are based upon frequency vibrations. You have certain frequencies that vibrate low, certain frequencies that vibrate mid range, and certain frequencies that vibrate very highly. But we're talking about in one realm of reality. So one realm of reality always have a three spheres to it. It has a bottom, middle range, and a high range to it, then that creates one realm of reality. And who knows, that one realm of reality in itself might be in a low vibrational frequency or a high vibrational frequency, just in the totality of that realm. So always keep that in mind. So don't think just because you're vibrating higher than someone that you're better than someone, or that you're
That's
vibrating
facts.
lower than someone, that you're more worse off and you're going through more trial and tribulations. Y'all still within one realm. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. And once you take yourself outside of this realm, then that's a whole nother sphere of what we're going to talk about: was vibrant high, was vibrant low, was vibrant mid-range. And once we talk about space itself, the whole totality of things, there is no such thing as up, down, left, right. There is no such thing as low, high, mid-range, right? It's whatever perspective you choose to be in as far as your position as being a spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Facts. He
when we talk
cooking.
about relationships, this is why relationships don't work. Now, a relationship is based on sharing space, aka sharing spirits. So your space is your spirit. So you know what you want to allow in your space, and you know what you want to kick out of your space. But there's technically no physicality there when you're mentally thinking about these things. So this is how you start to
Plus,
correlate your spirituality. So
hold on, I want to add this too, right? Your relationship is he my man's cooking though. My man's definitely cooking. But let me add a point. Your relationship is also based on how well y'all relate to one another, right? Resonance to me is a love language. How well do y'all resonate with each other? Do y'all share similar ideas? Do y'all share similar goals, hobbies, adventures, activity levels, things like that? How well do y'all relate with one another, right? That is another form of being in a high spiritual relationship as well. Because if you can't relate with one another, when you can't relate with one another, then why y'all in a relationship anyway?
for the most part, you start to build mental constructs and firmaments to block out what you don't want in your space. That actually is a real realm of reality. You need to know that. That's what the real firmament actually means. When you block things block things out of your life that hasn't even manifested physically yet. So, for the most part, when you're sharing space with someone, this creates a relationship because both of y'all are in a space and this space has room. So, based upon how you guys relate in that space, it creates a relationship, and you can build an actual boat or actual ship or spaceship, anything with the ship that can sail somewhere or float.
And you see these relationships, the way he describing, the way two people could be in the same space, you always see this at the beginning of when people come together, right? When they first meet each other and they like each other and they find each other attractive. You see this space y'all love to share in the beginning. That's why most relationships thrive at the beginning, because it's a level of newness. The spirit loves new things, right? The spirit don't like to continue to do the same old things. This is why a lot of times when people have a predictable lifestyle, when people's lives, when you're dealing with the same routines, it can kind of have you disinterested in the individual, and your spirit wants to venture off. AKA, sometimes people go cheat because the spirit does not like to be caged in, right? So when two spirits are in that space and y'all relating, it's a level of newness. It's like when you first get a car, you love that new car smell. When you first get a new pair of shoes, or when you first get some type of designer brand clothes, y'all love that new smell that comes with it. However, if you don't continue that smell after a while, it's not gonna have the same smell. And that's the same way with relationships. After a while, are y'all gonna still be able to relate the same based off the foundation that y'all created in the first place? Most relationships don't.
fly somewhere. You can build that out of that space. So both of y'all built that, whatever construct, concept that you both are in as a spirit, you're going to build that. And wherever it swims, whether it goes off a river dam or whether it goes to the promised land, find land somewhere, or whether it's a spaceship and it can float off into the space somewhere. That's going to be the relationship.
Ship.
Keyword, ship.
I like that. That's
relating
bars.
on.
That's
Now,
bars. He's spitting bars.
For the most part, both of y'all are carrying baggage or carrying light bodies from the spaces that you were previously in order for you to meet up in the space that you are at the moment. So for the most part, each space is in a certain frequency vibration. So any energy that's created out of that frequency vibration is how the relationship was built on. So for an example, right? You come from your space, another person come from their space. When y'all meet, now y'all are sharing spaces.
So basically, your experiences from past relationships and the other person's experiences from past relationships, now y'all come together because y'all have experiences from past relationships. And a lot of times them experiences are like teaching modules, right? And they kind of allow you to know what your likes and dislikes. This is why I encourage people, especially where you know people at a younger age, maybe like in high school or when they first go to college, you know, a lot of times a lot of people want to just jump into a relationship when you're young, but I would suggest to people to experience different people. Not saying you got to have sex with a lot of people. I'm not saying that, but just experience different relationships because a relationship is not solely on just being in like a relationship, aka putting a title on y'all's connection. A lot of times when we are either dating with someone or we talking to someone, if that connection is strong, we tend to put a title on that connection, and that title is like you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, or you're my husband, and you're my wife. You put a title on that connection. You label that connection. However, you do not put a title on that connection when y'all first meet, right? So you need previous partners, and you need to see like the things that turns you on, the things that catches your interest level, the things that you know what I'm saying that you gravitate to. You learn this by relating with certain people. So how can you know everything that that enlightens you or everything that empowers you or everything that turns you on if you only experience one person your whole life? It's kind of difficult to you know what I'm saying, to fully understand yourself. I tell people all the time, a relationship is not based on how much you love your partner. A relationship is truly based on how much you love yourself. A relationship is not based on how much you know your partner. It's really based on how much you know yourself. All right. So a relationship at the end of the day, regardless if it worked or not, if used correctly, you're you're taking the lessons from that relationship and you're using it to enhance your lifestyle. The smart individuals do this. Not everyone does this, right? Not everyone does this, but those who are highly aware and highly in tune, they will do this, and this is what prevents you from being in failing relationships because you're not going to settle once you know your likes, once you know what you're galvanized by, what you know, once you know what you're attracted to. You're not going to end up being in a relationship with people who don't match that level of you know what I'm saying, likeness that you're on. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you sometimes we need to relate with other people. Once again, you don't have to be in a relationship. Friends relate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could relate with a stranger. You could relate with a coworker. How well do you relate with someone, right?
Carrying things from your space, this person is carrying things from their space. Now, for the most part, when y'all bring these things into this space, anytime you get the joining of two energies, it create another energy. So it's going to manifest into the circumstance and the situation, aka whatever the relationship is built on. So if a person come from a very low vibrational state, right? And then they're on their spacely travels, and then you come from whatever vibrational state you come from, and then you meet them on your travels. Then you need to know, however y'all met, that's how the relationship was built upon. So never forget that when you start a relationship, because 9 times out of 10, how relationships start is the same way how a relationship ends. Now,
That's fact, and this is why I know a lot of y'all got sneaky links, and a lot of y'all want to creep like TLC. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why personally, me, I do not. get involved with women who are in relationship with a guy or who are married, because I don't want to have the foundation based off me and her linking up while she's with someone else, right? You want to establish a solidified foundation. And this is why I encourage a lot of people to be friends first. You want to be friends first before you just jump in a relationship, right? Because with your friends, you're creating the foundation of your relationship to be based off friends. So that friendship that y'all created before y'all jumped into a intimate relationship or y'all put titles on y'all's connection, if it don't work out, y'all still gonna remain friends. You see what I'm saying? But if the relationship, if the foundation of the relationship was built off lust, let's say it was just built off sex, yeah, once the sex die down, then you're not even want to go be with that person anymore. If it's built off just money and finances, once that person ain't got that money and finances no more, you ain't gonna want to be with that individual. So the foundation, it's just like a house. If the house got a weak foundation, that house is not gonna stick around for a long time. So relationships are the same way. The foundation that was created from the beginning is very key. It's very pivotal.
Baby mama, baby daddy. Relationship started, pay very close attention to the details in that particular day and that time and everything that had got built it off of that. Because for the most part, that is what the relationship is going to be built on. Mm-hmm. Now, both of y'all spiritual journeys met there for a reason. If both of y'all spiritual paths is in two different directions, then y'all may have just met for a particular reason. And due to those experiences, aka spiritual experiments, that was what was needed in order for y'all to continue on your travels. And if y'all do end up breaking up or anything of that nature, then that's showing you that y'all travels did not match. Y'all journey did not match. It just y'all journey clashed at the moment because the artillery was needed, aka the spiritual experiments was needed, aka the experiences was needed in order for you to solidify yourself through the next astral travel, aka have a efficient enough spaceship to sustain yourself through the next astral travel, so you don't experience the same withdrawals or heavy currents or thunderstorms or spaceship fucks-ups that you just went through. You can actually have the artillery it takes to go through the next weather and storm in the esoteric realm. You see what I'm saying? So, for the most part, both of y'all are coming from different places, aka different spaces, to meet up in the space that y'all are in. So, the time that y'all are in that space might be very different. The time that's needed in that space for both of y'all going to be very different. This person may get out of a relationship a lot differently than what this person got out of the relationship. This person may need more time out of the relationship than this person. This person may have to get out of the relationship a lot faster than this person. The time in that space is going to be very different for both of y'all, because both of y'all are in that space for entirely different reasons. But both of y'all are in the space together because both of y'all have some type of artillery, light body, chakra, idea, concept, feeling, and emotion that the other individual is supposed to experience in order for them to get on their travels. Now, here's the thing.
This is why I always say, y'all know my motto, a relationship is not based off possession, it's based off appreciation. And I got to repeat this. I know I might sound repetitive to y'all when I say that, but in order to program the subconscious mind, it requires repetition. All right. So relationship is not based off possession, it's based off appreciation. Meaning, every relationship has an expiration date. Just because you with someone or you married with someone, it doesn't mean that both of y'all are required to be together for eternity. No, sometimes you're in a relationship to learn more about yourself and to take whatever you know what I'm saying, whatever struggles, whatever fights, whatever disagreements, whatever arguments that you dealt with that individual, you supposed to take all them lessons to the next relationship. Now, the fact that a lot of people treat love or relationship like they own the person or they control the person or they possess the person, this is why when two people outgrow one another, what's going to happen is either someone's going to want to break up with the other person, or is going to go cheat with the other person. And a lot of times, the person who's on the other end that don't want to get cheated on, or the person who don't want to get broken up with, they tend to want to be controlling, telling that person, "No, you're not going nowhere. No, you belong to me. Like, you can't cheat on me, or you can't leave me. You belong to me. That is a form of possession. That is a form of control. This is why I tell y'all all the time. This is why I look at infidelity different than a lot of other people. This is why I don't look at it the same way like the masses. I don't, because I understand every relationship is not meant to be together for the long haul. And a lot of y'all are in relationships, or y'all married to an individual and y'all expiration date been expired. This is why your relationship, you ain't got the best version of that individual. If you got milk or you got food that's in your cabinets, that's in your refrigerator, and it's past the expiration date, it's not good for you, right? It's gonna cause you to get sick. It's gonna cause it's not conducive to the body. It's not nutritious. Same way with a relationship. If you're with someone for over that expiration date, you're gonna be stressed out. You're unhappy. Y'all probably not having sex like that. Y'all probably not having conversations like that. You got people that come in the house, how's your day? And they really don't care how your day is. They're just going through the routine. It's like they really don't want to be there. However, y'all may have, oh, excuse me, y'all may have kids, or there's a lot of people who are religious, and when they say they vows to an individual when they get married, they believe in they vow so much that they don't want to leave that individual because of their vows. Now, I got a great question for y'all. To all those individuals who married, right? You want to know if you really, really love the person you with? If you really do, beyond vows, beyond kids, family, beyond all that, could you marry that person another lifetime? If there was another lifetime, could you be with that same individual? If you could be with them in another lifetime, then you truly love that individual. But a lot of y'all can't. And a lot of y'all are still together because of kids and because of y'all's vows, or because y'all both ain't got money like that, and it's gonna cost more to get divorced. Now listen, I'm not here to judge. I never went to law school, so I don't judge. You feel me? Like, I never went to law, I don't judge. I'm just being 100. That's how it is, all right? Love is about appreciation, meaning you cherish the moments, you learn for the moments, you engage in the moments. However, don't be attached to the moments. Don't think that moment is for a lifetime. You feel me?
Both spirits get into a space and start to build things out of that space. Now getting back to that point, however the relationship was built, you need to know that that's representation of how the relationship is and what it's built upon. However the relationship started. So for the most part, if it started from one person being in a very low vibrational place and another person being in a very high vibrational place, then you need to know that that is the root, grounded basis of the relationship. So don't be clinging on to a person, place, or thing as if this might be something that's going to work. This may be just something at the time you need to experience.
That's it.
And the moment you get lost into the light of it, the idea of it, the potential of it, what it could be of it, without understanding that everything expires, you may create a catastrophic moment for yourself.
See, me and him on the
because you
same
have got
wavelength.
attached or lost into the light in some way, shape, or form, based upon an idea, thought, a person, place, or thing. You have got emotionally invested into that, which means you got lost into a light in some way, shape, or form. And then once that light became dim, you didn't know what to actually do with yourself. So you felt like it was something that you have done wrong, or you felt like this person have played you, where you just need to know that that was just an experience of time that was needed in order for you to go on to your astral travels to the next realm. And the next realm may not even have anything to do with a relationship. It just may have something to do with you having a better understanding on how you relate to people, places, and things. And therefore, once you start to understand how you relate to people, places, and things, you'll start to put yourself in a space where more of those frequency vibrations can get manifested as energy. And energy manifests into people, places, and things, and circumstances, and situations. And these things will be more into your favor as long as you learn how you relate. Therefore, the better you learn how you relate, the better you manifest things in that nature. So past relationships will remind you that, okay, it may have been a way that you was relating to attract that specific person in that space in the first place. So you had to deal with those relations in order to understand a better way to be dealing with relativity. You see what I'm saying? As you be in a solar system compared to other people's solar system. So the reason why the relationship may not have worked is because both of y'all in that space y'all couldn't agree or y'all didn't share paths. So when y'all clash paths, that amount of time that y'all was together was for y'all to build individual spaceships in order to go on y'all travels. So both of y'all needed each other for that period of time. But if you are in a relationship that's actually working, that means both of you spirits is actually relating to each other where y'all trying to vibrate on the same frequency, aka have the same path. And once you end up having the same paths, that is a relationship that you can see is working. Because even though these people come from totally different spaces, when they meet up in one space, aka a relationship, sharing a space, they're actually adjusting the things that they brought from a previous space in order to be relative in the space that they are in. And the more you are relative in the space that you are in, that can vibrate onto the same path, onto the same frequency. But the more you come from different places and then you're in that same space, but the more you start to play out trial and tribulation and frustration and things of that nature, that's showing you that both of y'all spirits are not being relative in one space. Y'all creating a bunch of 90-degree angles, 180-degree angles, and y'all not creating no favorable angles. So y'all are sharing the space, but y'all creating a bunch of frustration and friction in that space. And it's going to play out in the third dimension as y'all not getting along and y'all not being able to get on the same length, the same wavelength, the same frequency vibration.
Everything
and
is
after
about
a while,
vibration.
You guys
frequency.
are going to start creating things on that shit within that space that manifest into things that's dealing with separation. You know what I'm saying? And once that starts to manifest, you guys are going to be separate within one space. Therefore, you guys are going to be at odds. You guys are going to be clashing.
Hey, you know what he said? Y'all gonna be separate within one space. That means y'all gonna be in the same house, but in separate rooms all the time. That's what the fuck that means. You feel me? Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, competition. And therefore, things is not working. Things is not relative. Things is at headbutting. Things is headbutting. And for the most part, that means it's not working. So that means it's something that's causing friction, rubbing up against each other. And spirits like to create things that deal with feel. Because all spirits want to do is feel. Spirits is no thing, no shape and form. So if it can create a shape and form that deals with feeling, that can feel, it can touch, it can have a reflection to it. It can, you know what I'm saying? Spirits love that. So this is why misery love company. It doesn't matter what reality or construct you create. Energy always accumulate like a snowball. So always like it got that effect that it adds on to it. And when you talk about spirituality, you need to be learning about the art of deduction, the art of detaching. And when you're in the realm of reality of the yang realm, that's the only time we're learning the art of addition, the art of adding, the art of manipulating.
Hold on. That's so real. Babies, what's up? What y'all doing? Come here, Jules. Come here. Come here. Come here real quick. Just say hi. Hi. Say hi. No, man, come on the camera and say hi, man. Say hi.
Hi.
No, say hi. That's a little Juice. All right, come here, Drew. Because you know you got people out here say I don't take care of my kids. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's what they say in the city. Come here, Drew. Say hi. Just say hi. Just stick your face. You ain't got to go.
Hi.
All right, baby. Got it.
No, bye.
You know, you got people say, "Oh, you don't take care of the kids." Listen, that's a whole other video for y'all, man. I'm gonna get into that. My whole situation, build time with my kids. That's for a separate video. All right. Now y'all be quiet.
Hold on. Go upstairs.
Y'all be quiet.
Multiplying, being fruitful. So you have to create a balance between subtracting and additioning, so you can always get to that center place. Therefore, the zero can have the plus in front of it and a negative and behind it. But a lot of times y'all go on a polar shift to the point that y'all reach a whole new level of a 10 or a whole new level of a negative 10. Adding a 1 to it, therefore you get lost into a spectrum that you think is zero, but you're really unbalanced and you're lost into a realm where you're thinking
that's gonna go over a lot of y'all's heads, man. A lot of y'all, that's gonna go over a lot of y'all's heads.
That's because you went too far into a spectrum. You went too far into the addition, or you went too far into the subtraction, and therefore, when you subtract too much, you end up yearning for others or additions or additional adds into your life. And when you do add too much, you end up yearning to be secluded, to be subtracted, to be separate from individuals or places or things. So, that lets you know right there, those are examples of creating balance. Is that center stage right there.
He's not cooking.
For the most part, knowing how you relate yourself will put yourself in a better balance and leave yourself open enough for other people, other individuals.
And the only way you know how to relate with yourself or the best way to gain knowledge of yourself is how you relate with others, seeing how you be treated by others, seeing how you know what I'm saying, you're able to be creative by others. Like when people are in your space, do they add value to your life or do they drain your life or they drain your energy? A
I think what he
key
was saying was that everybody who you allow into your space adds value, because even if it was only for a season or a reason, they added value just for that.
and that's facts. Everybody add value. People who drain you, they add value too because you after a while you learn that they drain your energy. Them are the ones you don't want to stay with forever. And a lot of times, you know, y'all gotta realize our life force is the main currency, right? It's not money, it's not gold, it's not silver, it's not diamonds. Your soul, your energy, that's the main, your life force, that's the main currency. So when you're involved in people, if you're involved with people, places, and things that drain your energy, you want to recognize this in the early stages of it. Because if you don't, and you continue to be in those stages of life where you're constantly being drained, that's why a lot of people age quick. That's why a lot of people look old at a young age. It's not necessarily drugs. It's not necessarily alcohol. It's not necessarily partying, because there's a lot of people who do drugs, party all the time, and live a lifestyle that's not healthy, and they still look good at an old age. So a majority of the time is being around individuals, or not just being around individuals, but being in certain places, aka your job, aka a neighborhood that drains your energy. It's not adding life to it. All right. So the key is to be around those who add value to your life. All right. And added value is physically, mentally, and spiritually. Especially mentally, because when you could be around, and spiritually, because when you could be around people who add value that make you feel good, right? Because a lot of people, you know, you ever been around someone when you're feeling down and you get around a certain person and they just make you feel good. Their energy, their aura, it's like it charges you up. So now you just feel good. All them worries you had are in the background now, like the Illuminati. You feel me? You need to be around those individuals, right? Those are individuals you want to be around.
To do that for themselves. Therefore, when you guys are relating, you are relating on a more balanced frequency vibration between each other. And that will get those relationships work. Rather, y'all come from two different spaces, carrying two different big ass luggages and baggages to participate on this relationship. You guys are willing.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Clean out both of you guys' luggage in order to have this ship not lean on each side and start to create a Titanic circumstance. You see what I'm saying? Where motherfucker everybody is about to die. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So this is why relationships don't work. 9 times out of 10, it's two different individuals who come from two different paths, and then when y'all meet up on one path, y'all only there for a particular time to continue on your path in general. Now, when a relationship worked, that means two different paths came together, but you guys are willing to create a circumstance or a situation, aka a spaceship, in order for it to go down one direction. So both spirits don't feel like they're going in opposite directions, that they have to go find their tribe or people, places, and things that resonate more with their space. And like I said, the reason why your relationship didn't work, and it might be someone that you was heavily invested in, is because a lot of times when you're on your journey to go to the path or to go to the space that you're actually trying to reach, you probably would have never got there without the experience of the person that you ran into in the first place, aka that person you shared a relationship with for 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years. You see what I'm saying?
Y'all quit dogging y'all's exes, man. Like, quit dogging y'all's exes, all right? And that's very lame to even dog your ex. I'm being 100. Unless your ex try to destroy your life or try to ruin your life or try to kill you. That's a whole different story. But if you and your ex didn't work out and it was just a mutual breakup, don't dog them. Don't diss them, because you learned a lot from your ex, all right? I'm just being 100. We learned a lot. That's what he basically saying.
still didn't work. So even time invested always is a lot of shit manifested out of that. The shit that's manifested out of it is the circumstance, situation, material, responsibilities, and these things can be representations that make you feel like, damn, this was supposed to work. But you need to know that you're in no shape or you're in no form. So anytime you get too invested into a shape and form, here's where you lose yourself and cause a bunch of frustration within yourself, thinking that something was supposed to work when it wasn't supposed to work in the first place.
Exactly.
Those experiences there was just for you to actually understand your next astral travel, for you to consider if you was even supposed to be in that situation in the first place, or if you wasn't. And next time you know what to do and what not to do, and whatever path that is. You see what I'm saying? So once you look at it in that note, you're always able to lighten up your load when you're thinking about relationships that didn't work, for the most part. Because I know all of us, me, myself, all of y'all, everybody been through certain, and it doesn't necessarily have to just be with relationships. It could be with anything. A material that you have loved, a place that you used to go to, a thing, a possession, a family member, and even back to a motherfucking relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. You know, these are representations and experiences that we actually have to go through, and actually to know what to do or what not to do, or what kind of circumstances we need to be in anyway. So once you're looking at it in that way, then you're actually able to laugh at it. Or if you were so emotionally invested into it that you still can't laugh, you still may tear up, you're still able to put it into a lighter space. That space, that spaceship you created in that space, when you go there as a spirit, it ain't a heavy one that always drag you back to Sheol with heavy waters and currents and shit like that. You go into it and it's a lighter aspect. Even if you cry, it's an aspect of a situation of a relief that, okay, now I needed to go through that in some way, shape, or form. And once you put it in a lighter aspect, you're always opening yourself to maintain frequency vibrations in that lighter realm. You see what I'm saying? Once you put yourself into a heavy realm, you're going to manifest frequency vibrations, aka that manifests into energies from that lower realm, aka there's all kind of demonic people in that realm that's just ready to feed off you.
Ready to feed off you in that realm.
Especially if you are a spirit that have created a little spaceship that you go there sometimes that has a little bit of enlightenment, but you always get enticed to get drugged back down based upon people, places, and things. The spirits down there that's in bodies love those kind of people. So if you find yourself always getting taken advantage of, you need to know that you might be one of those people that these succubi, these parasites, these Jezebels, all these motherfucking demonic ass, and look, Jezebels, these doesn't necessarily have to be women. See, I know women. I know y'all be listening to these religions.
A lot of you
like,
men,
they always hate on women. See, that's what I'm saying, and shit like that. That's why I don't like religion. But when we talk about spiritual natures and just talk about demonic energies, when we talk about succubi and Jezebels, this is not necessarily talking about you women. So that's what I'm saying. So like that's why I hate religion. They always trying to hate on females. It's just talking about this is a feminine energy.
That's a whole other video. I gotta talk about religion hating on females.
So there's a lot of
different video I gotta get into.
Mechanics and sciences that spirits then came up with in order to receive. Now we can create shapes and forms that look like it's a good angle. Like for an example, right? Everything is 360, but we create triangles that and squares and shit out of this 360 to amount to a 360. So the better we create definition, shape, and form, aka create a square out of a circle, the more sharp we can make an illusion out of something that's not an illusion, aka the more we can point out something out of the 360, the more we can create a shape and form, and the more give it a form or something like that. That's represented in this dimension as what y'all would call as beauty. But in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional realm, that's just called structure. Structure, we create structure out of chaos. Chaos is ugliness. Chaos is...
Listen, y'all hear him talk about the fourth, fifth, sixth dimensions, right? Y'all got to understand, on this planet, a lot of y'all are stuck on this third dimension because you only see yourself as a human vessel. You only see yourself as a physical form. You do not understand the spirit or the soul that resides inside your avatar. So when you only see yourself as a human, you're going to be stuck on this third dimension. So you're not going to understand or be able to control things, or things going to be outside of your control because you don't understand the higher dimensions. When you get into the fifth, sixth, seventh dimension, them dimensions are not physical. Them dimensions are strictly mental and spiritual. So in order to activate or vibrate to those dimensions, you got to recognize that you're a spiritual vessel. You got to recognize that your mind is vast. Your mind is unlimited. When you put ideologies, belief systems on your mind, you're stuck on this third dimension. When you see yourself only as a physical being, you're stuck on this third dimension. There's no reason. You got to understand the reason why they call Earth the material realm. They call it the material realm is because in the material realm, everything is made up of matter, material. You see the word play? And everything that's made up of matter is a solid. So everything that's your avatar, solid. The cars you drive your house is made up of material, is solid. All this is third dimensional. But when you get into the spiritual realms, when you get into the mental realms, it has nothing to do with solid. It has nothing to do with material. This is strictly energy. All right. So this is the reason why a lot of y'all are controlled by entities that's outside of you because you don't understand that these entities exist. But y'all do know these entities exist because you tell God, please, God, protect me from demons, angels, these negative energy and all this. So y'all acknowledge they exist, but y'all don't know that you can actually tap into them realms to either prevent it from actually existing, or you can tap into the realms to actually create it to exist and benefit your life. All right. So when you're dealing with the higher dimensions, you gotta vibrate higher. You can't look at yourself as a human being. You gotta dig deeper. All right.
Sporadic, catastrophic. You see what I'm saying? But spirits love that energy. But when we could create stability, shape, and form, and something that can hold as a container, and anytime something has structure, that's outlining something that has no line. And y'all look at that as beauty in the third. So everything y'all look at as beautiful down here, that's what y'all core. But I need y'all to understand in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional realm, it has nothing to do with look.
Look, exactly. That's
It
what I
ain't
said.
no look.
Ain't no look. Ain't
So
no
certain
physical.
spirits create shapes and forms that has certain structures that look like it's a perfect line or a perfect this kind of shape or something like that, and that makes a spirit powerful in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional realm. So anytime a spirit know how to do that, that shape and form is an attraction for 360 realms of reality. So for an example, when you create a cup, you can put water in it. So a cup is a form for something that's formless, can have a form.
Ooh.
So in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, when you create a construct, that's something for all the 360 that don't have no form to actually settle in. And the better you know how to create that construct, the more other 360 can fall into it, the more perception, aka rays or body of water or influence, you can give off from that shape and form. And more things can be received from that. So it plays out in forms of attraction. If you kind of know what I mean, y'all, I'm speaking spiritually right now.
Yeah, he's speaking spiritually. It might be a little too
But
deep
for the
for
most
y'all.
part,
He's speaking spiritually.
See, now when we think about a succubi and when we think about a Jezebel, these are spirits that know how to do this. You see what I'm saying? So this could be a spirit in a male body or a female body.
Yes.
A person, and this is just one mechanic on how to receive in this world. So you know what I'm saying? So a person who know how to create a shape and form or distance or have a long or wide or a large shape or form of a structure and give it an idea and an influence, these people know how to attract a lot. So Jezebels and succubis down here will be people who vibrate low, aka utilize a whole bunch of shapes and forms and structures. So when you look at a Jezebel or a succubi spirit that's in a male or a female body, this would be a person who know how to utilize their ideas and thoughts to get what they want, utilize their body, their physical attributes to get what they want, and they may.
Hey, this is women who's well endowed, who got big breasts, big butt. They use what they want to get what they want. This is men who are well endowed, in shape, who use what they want to get what they want. And you gotta realize a lot of these individuals know what they have, but they will try to convince you that because they have these things that they are beneficial. They are beneficial in your life. However, whole time they're draining your life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that nigga might come down, pipe you real good. He's making you think like, oh, you need him. So yeah, I mean, he make you feel real good sexually. However, he's not making you feel good in any other area. So a lot of these times he's manipulating you to make you feel like you might be giving this man your car, you might be giving this man your checks because he's manipulating you to make you think that's beneficial for you to do. Same thing with men. Men get with a woman who's well endowed, who got big titties, who got a fat ass, and she would make it seem like you know, she would put it on that man and make it seem like I'm the best thing ever happened to you. She's using them physical forms to manipulate you. These are succubus and these are Jezebel spirits because they're using their physical forms to take away from you. But they know what they're doing. It's not like they're oblivious to the plot. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're using this to manipulate you and to gain from you. But whole time they're draining either your energy, your assets, your resources, your wallet, or they're taking you away from your family and friends because they're on that spirit, that Jezebel succubus spirit. All right, succubus spirit. That woman suck you bust. Yeah, she'll suck you till you bust, and you think like she the one. You feel me? Like y'all like that? That's bars, wordplay. Suck you bust, suck you bust. Hey, men know how to do it too. Suck that pussy till you bust, suck you bust, suck you bust. That's bars. You can't. That's wordplay. That just came off the top. I be freestyling.
Be in supporting of what you want. So this is an energy of utilizing external references to receive something, utilizing their external light bodies, a feeling or thought form or emotion, or their physical body, or something that they have as material wise in order to receive. So they're not utilizing the receiving energy just to receive as to give and to receive in that nature. No. They're utilizing what they already have to receive more. Almost like a mentality like what's mine is mine, so what's yours is mine.
right, exactly.
So,
yeah.
And then that make you feel obligated because they create some type of scenario to make you think whatever yours, you've been getting it. But whatever you've been getting, been a short end of the stick, a little to nothing. And it's just a little illusion that this person has created. And based upon their spiritual influence, that's going to be how creative they are with that little space they put you in and how lost you're going to be in that cloud. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful with succubus and motherfucking Jezebels because they know how to utilize the things that they have in order to get what they want. And they may not even be in necessarily a support of what you want. So that's how you pinpoint a Jezebel or a motherfucking succubi, because they'll suck you dry, but create some type of reality to make you think that you're not being sucked dry, to make you think that you is getting half of the seesaw end of the relationship. You see what I'm saying? But then when you really sit back and analyze and start to talk to people who really do care about you, the circumstances, situation, you'll start to realize that you're really getting the short end of the stick and you putting more in of your time into the circumstance and getting little to nothing out of it. And based upon this person's spiritual influence, just you being around them or just them, whatever they psych you up to make them think of why you need them, is what you've been lost in. But you wasn't lost into the actual reality of what was actually going on. So that's how you spot a succubi or a motherfucking a succubi or a motherfucking parasitic ass motherfucking vulture. Listen, ass.
He give y'all the game.
Mother Jezebel. You see what I'm saying? And they can be male or female. So I know all you females out there, y'all probably had some males in y'all lives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They probably had some type of long structure that they was probably had a motherfucker long dick or something like that. So to the point that this motherfucker ain't helping you with no goddamn bills. They ain't helping you with shit. They fucking around everybody in the land and country, but they just create a persona like, look, I'm fucking you good, ain't I? I do things every now and then. See, look, that's a dot form right there. Look, he give you flowers every now and then, take you out every now and then. You see what I'm saying? Boom. Then he got a long structure. Boom. You know, he probably got a long dick or something like that. Boom. Now he fucking you good and shit like that. Now you all lost in that, right? So now your energy is being drained because you love this person, you love this guy and things of that nature. But when you sit back, talk to your mama, talk to your grandma, talk to your friends, they sitting there reminding you like, but damn, you working 24 hours, you got 4-5 jobs, he ain't paying none of the bills and shit like that. You in the crib watching all the goddamn kids, you doing all this. So what's the fuck is the goddamn problem? And then you making up excuses and shit. Goddamn it, Jezebel, they got your ass. Goddamn, that succubus got your ass. And you see how it was just a spirit in a male body? So you see how it ain't got nothing to do with male or females. You see how they broke it down for males also? So it ain't got nothing to do with male or females. It's a spirit. And it's just a feminine spirit. A spirit that likes the feminine energy. You got spirits that like the masculine energies. You got spirits that's indecisive. But spirits is genderless. It don't even manifest into the third dimensional realm as male and females the way y'all think about it.
Spirits are genderless. It has nothing to do with gender. That was key. Justin, come here. Hey, listen, this is my newest edition, like Michael Bivins. That's a bar. Newest edition, like Michael Bivins. Come here, Justin. Say hi real quick because, you know, these niggas be saying I don't be. He only 2. What's up? Say peace. Say peace. You feel me? Say peace. All right. There you go, man. People say I don't take care of my kids, man. You feel me? Crazy, especially people that know my situation gonna say that. Hey, this video almost done, y'all. We got like 2 minutes left.
But slowly but surely, since y'all been lost by a reptilian side of the brain and structures and shit like that, it manifested into that way. So that's how y'all perceive the world. So the world manifests into physical realms of realities that may perceive to be real. But its realms of realities is just what it perceives to be real based upon the mixture of the periodic tables and the elements that's in there. It ain't like that in every realm. Every RAM don't think like this RAM.
Exactly.
Every RAM don't manifest things like this in this RAM. Every RAM don't manifest male and females in the way they manifest it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Different. Real different shit. But yeah, I know I got off into some other shit, y'all, but yeah, that's dealing with relationships also, because a lot of y'all be in states of being based upon deep-rooted seeds that y'all have been in, based upon how y'all grew up. So y'all only see relationships in this way, based upon y'all parents or things of that nature. So when you start to go into life and start to interact with a bunch of different other individuals who see relationships in their way, you don't know what frequency vibration people are on. So you don't even know which one you're on. So you might be on a low one and attract another low individual, and since y'all share so many similar experiences, you might think this your twin flame or soulmate or something like that, right? And then due to the fact that you guys get together and only create more holistic moments for both of each other. So you got to keep that in mind also. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going on until you understand the outlook on how you relate in general, and not the concept of what you was raised up in. And therefore, you'll be able to truly understand how to consult with relationships and really understand why your relationship didn't work, and to know that it's not one of your problems. It's not a problem that you or the other individual had. It's just a spiritual experiment, aka an experience. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.
Hey, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Was my man's cooking? Was my man cooking? Honestly, listen, y'all know I be cooking too, but I don't like to say I'm cooking. I'd rather say I'm juicing, because they call me Juice the Metaphysical. So I love to give y'all this information. So I'm not cooking, I'm juicing for y'all, because this information is nutritious. This information is beneficial for your health, not just physically, but your mental and spiritual health as well. Plus, juicing is a lot more beneficial than cooking. All right. And that's a whole nother video too. So tell me what y'all think in the comments. Why y'all relationship didn't work. That's the name of the video. I just came across this. I really came across this years ago, but I just forgot that I had it in my archives. And I felt like the timing was right to bring this out. All right. So my man's D-Lo, the pilot man, shout out to him. He was out here dropping these jewels. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. The metaphysics of why y'all relationships did work. Until the next time, I'll bring y'all some more enlightenment, all right? I'm here to add value to y'all space, all right? Juice the Metaphysical. I'm out. Peace.